Another myth is that vegetable oils are good for the heart and saturated fat is bad for the heart. So let's look at what vegetable oils are. We have canola oil. So canola oil came from rapeseed oil, but Canada wanted their own oil, so they were going to call it Canada oil, but instead now it's called canola, which is Canada oil. Anyway, that's where it came from. So it's a highly refined oil. It could be genetically modified. If it's not genetically modified, it could be desiccated with Roundup a week before harvest. So we don't know whether canola oil has Roundup in it or glyphosate in it, and we don't know whether it's genetically modified unless it states otherwise. So canola oil is not one of my favorites. It's a highly refined oil and it's very high in omega-6s as opposed to omega-3s. Next one, rice bran oil. Now I want you to really consider, what is rice bran oil? Bran has no fat. It's the germ that has the fat. And if you look at a rice grain, how can you cold press a rice grain? There's not a lot of fat in it, so it has to be done with a solvent. So I've wiped rice bran off my list. What about grapeseed oil? So grapeseed oil, once again, think about the seed, what it looks like. There's not a lot of fat in it, so it has to have a solvent used in order for it to extract the oil out of it. It's highly refined, may have antioxidants in it because it's not stable, and those antioxidants aren't necessarily natural. They could be from a chemical laboratory. So I'm not really into grapeseed oil either. What about soybean oil? Soybean oil could be genetically modified, may have Roundup sprayed on it if it is genetically modified. So it's another one that I'm a bit dubious about. Cottonseed oil. Once again, cotton is, produced, the cotton is produced for us for our clothes. But it's probably one of the most heavily sprayed crops that that is available in the world today. I do believe I've heard 22 chemicals are sprayed on it. Whether that's right or wrong, I don't know, but I do know that it's heavily sprayed. So the seed would be taking in all those chemicals, then you take out the oil and you have to take it out using solvents because it's not something that's easily cold pressed, and thus that's another one that I've taken off the list. Those oils that I've just been talking to you about are often used in the food industry. They're also used in restaurants. So ask the question, what are my chips being fried in? What do you cook in? I always like to ask that question because I want to know, well, what's the quality of the food that I'm consuming? So what are the oils that I do love? I love olive oil because I can cold press it. Macadamia nut oil, avocado, walnut, inca inchi. All of these oils are high in monounsaturated fats. They're also got saturated fat in it. They also have polyunsaturated fats. They are high in omega-3s more than omega-6. The two oils that are very high in omega-3s are inca inchi oil that we sell at Changing Habits and flaxseed oil. Now I'm not a lover of the taste of flaxseed oil. Don't mind putting it on my skin, but I love the taste of inca inchi oil. I also like putting inca inchi on my skin. So most of your nut and seed oils that you can cold press are the ones that I look for. Other fats that I love are butter, lard, and tallow. These are fats that we've used, and I've talked to you about these before. These are fats that we've used for generation after generation after generation. Just make sure, as much as you can, buy it where there are not chemicals sprayed on it and that it is organic. I like to use my hard fats for cooking with, and my cold pressed oils, I like to use them for my pestos, my mayonnaises, and my salads. So I hope that's cleared up everything on the myth about vegetable oils are better for your heart, as opposed to all the other oils that we talked about and other fats that we talked about. So for good quality oils and fats, think nature. For fats that are bad, think of anything that's produced in a chemical laboratory. Hope that's cleared that myth up. See you in the next myth. Bye for now.